Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of the composites, the actual rendered composites from the project that we were working on to create the composite order. This is one of them. This is for Ann Finch's class, so you can see how all this kind of gets laid out. This was the administrator. This was the principal, which was 1 and 2. A was the teacher for Mrs. Finch. And then the kids fell alphabetically following that, and they were all ranked as C's. So it gives you a visual as far as how the subjects can get arranged on the actual composites themselves. The data that was mapped was the school name, which came from the project, which was Summit Christian Academy, the year 2014-15. Directly underneath there is the teacher's name, and all three of those were pulled from the data from within the project. Then on the left-hand side here, you remember we typed in the word grade, left a space, and then mapped grade, the grade value. And then over on the right, in text line 5, we typed in the principal's name, and the principal's name in the actual video was Smith, I believe, because I couldn't remember. But anyway, that's how it mapped out through the project itself. But it kind of gives you an idea of what they're going to look like. You can see here this background choice that I used is probably a little busy for the text, because had I used a dark color for the text, it may not have shown up very well in areas like this. And you can see where because I used a white color for the text, it didn't show up very good here. So in a lot of cases you want to be careful with your background choice. You don't want to keep it too busy. And then down at the bottom here, obviously too, is the name of the kids that were not pictured, those names. And then we've got one other I want to look at here real quick. This was a case where we had a teacher and an assistant teacher in one project. So you can see again, 1 and 2 were ranked for the administrators, and they fell first and second. The third position fell to the teacher, which was set as an A. The assistant was a B, so she follows right there. And then all the students will follow alphabetically after that, because they're all ranked as C's. The other thing, too, I want you to look at is how these fields, how the data in these fields appear. And remember, in the project itself, all we had in the grade field was 4th. Maybe not the most aesthetically pleasing way for it to map onto a composite, but I'm going to show you some other variations in some other videos that will allow you to get a little bit more creative with the text and make it look more visually pleasing on these composites themselves. But that gives you a good idea of how the composites are going to look with the rankings done properly.